Hello my friends out there in YouTube land. What is going on? Jake Andrews here, Blues Rock Guitar Lessons. And I have got a tip for you today. This is really going to be a quick lesson on how you can start to unlock any guitar scale on the neck. Now what I mean by unlock is that whichever scale we're learning, we tend to learn these separate patterns or shapes or boxes for that scale. And it's really just a way it's been broken down for us to learn all of the notes, okay? Now what I see is that players learn those but then tend to get stuck in each of those boxes. Meaning that they can play within the box, but it's kind of, okay, let's play here in the first box for a minute, move on up, let me play here a little bit in the second box, go on up to the third pattern. But there's no continuation between those. What we want to do is unlock that so we can start to play across the patterns and start to get that real fluid sound of playing across the neck rather than just vertically up and down the neck. Now as we get advanced, our playing will become a combination of playing up and down in those patterns and across, okay? But how can we start to see the patterns going this way rather than just these separate box patterns? So come on in here close and I've got a really easy way to start doing just that. Okay y'all, so I am going to use the minor pentatonic scale as our example. Like I said, you can use this on any scale variation. Minor pentatonic, major pentatonic, natural minor, major scale, any of the modes, anything like that. The idea is that we want to break out of just having these separate boxes, okay? And we want to be able to see licks within those boxes out of context. What I see most often is that players can only really tell where they're at if they play the full pattern. Like, okay, I'm in second box minor pentatonic, right? But if I just took a little lick out of context, they can't see where I'm at, okay? They can only see the context of the full scale pattern. So we want to break away from that. So let's play here in the key of G. Of course, here's my first pattern, minor pentatonic. Second pattern. Third pattern. Fourth pattern. And fifth pattern. Right, so like I said, I see this all the time where everybody's playing here in the first box. All right, time to move up to the second box. Now let me go into the third box. Better hit that fourth box. Whoop, save the best for last, the fifth box. And then I'm back at first box. Okay, so it sounds real fragmented, you know, I'm just making my way through those patterns. How can I start to play across the neck? Well, there's many ways to practice, but I've found this one is really easy and really effective. What we're going to do is break up the strings on the neck into the 3 higher strings, 3 lower strings, okay? Now if I play those patterns, but I limit myself to, let's say, the low strings first. And then back to first. It's gonna, if you start practicing, improvising, I mean, you're gonna run out of things to play right here pretty quickly, okay? It's gonna force us to move through these patterns, okay? Now, what we really want to start doing is seeing the pattern on the neck this way. So you could try that on each string. Okay, you can do that to memorize the patterns this way, but playing on one string is going to get old really quickly. So, like I said, this is a great way to practice. So, what I would suggest, put on a backing track, in this case key of G, put on a backing track and intentionally limit yourself to either the 3 lower strings or the 3 higher strings, and do your entire practice session just on those strings. It's going to force you to start playing across the neck, across these patterns, because you're going to have nowhere else to go really. So let's try it down here on the first strings. First 3 strings. Okay? Now, also part of getting that real fluid sound and playing across the patterns is using slides. Slides are what is going to give you that fluid sound. So sliding up the neck and down the neck. Okay, so that's my tip. Put on the backing track, break up those patterns of whatever scale you're working on into the 3 lower strings and the 3 higher strings, and force yourself to only stick to those 3 strings for that entire practice session in whatever key you're in. Try this in multiple keys, okay? So doing that, it's going to force you up the neck because you're going to run out of places to play. So take advantage of using the slides, sliding into the next pattern, and sliding backwards. Okay, so that's my tip. Once you start getting familiar with that, then start to add back in the other strings you haven't been using. And eventually you're going to get this real fluid sound. Your playing is going to become a combination of playing up and down in these boxes and across the pattern. Okay, and that's where the real magic is. All right. Now, I would also like to mention some of my instructional courses that are available right now. I have a course called the Ultimate Freddie King Instrumentals course. This course teaches you note for note Freddie King's earliest instrumental recordings, his most influential stuff, the Hideaway album. It's amazing, and the phrasing that he uses is so unique and invaluable. And there's nothing like learning the actual songs and licks from the masters to try to start to integrate that timing and phrasing and those licks into your playing. Freddie King was a master of major and minor hybrid playing, and that really comes out in his sound. So look into that, my Freddie King Ultimate Instrumentals course. And my other newest course is called 7-Day Blues Guitarist. In this course, we really start at the beginning and we lay the foundation for starting to improvise your own blues lead guitar playing. We learn 5 unique blues verses and numerous concepts along the way, like playing over chord changes, rhythm, blues chords, funkier chords, double stops, bending,
Everything is contained within this to get you on the road to start playing real blues lead guitar playing. So look into these 2 courses to augment the videos on this channel, and I think you're really going to be pleased.
Okay, you guitar gods, that is my quick, down and dirty video lesson of the day. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave me some comments down below and let me know if you've tried that in your practicing. Subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, hit the bell icon so you can get an email from me every time I put out a new video. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.